Christian martyr is one who chooses death rather than to renounce Christ. It's someone who endures great suffering for the sake of our Lord. They make tremendous sacrifices for the advancement of God's kingdom. All of the 12 apostles, except for John, suffered a martyr's death. For me, that was one of the evidences that the gospel is true. Would these men have given their lives for the resurrection if they knew it was a lie? I don't think so. Peter is showing us through this book how to stand strong under persecution. And tradition tells us that Peter actually lived out his own advice in this book. Tradition says that he was martyred in Rome, but we only have one specific account of what happened. It was written by a church father early in the 2nd century. He chronicled the oral traditions that were handed down by a succession of church leaders. Before Jesus ascended to the Father, he told Peter how his life would end. In John 21:15 through 25, Jesus said to Peter, "When you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you to where you do not want to go." And John tells us that Jesus said this to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. This 1st century writer says that when Peter was old, Nero planned to put him to death. Christians talked him into fleeing Rome and execution, but when he came to the city gate in Rome, it is said that Peter saw Jesus walking toward him. Peter fell to his knees and he said, "Lord, where are you going?" And Christ answered, "I've come to be crucified again." By this, Peter understood that it was the time for him to fulfill Jesus' words to him in John. And Peter went back into the city. He was captured, he was taken to the place of execution, and there he requested that he be crucified upside down because he did not consider himself to be worthy to be crucified in the same manner as his Lord. Lord willing, we're not going to face this kind of persecution, although we need to realize that it is happening right now to some of our brothers and sisters around the world. It's horrible, but we have to remember that it is the martyr's blood that has watered the growth of the kingdom through the centuries. These brave men and women deserve our honor here and in heaven for their sacrifices. And I trust that God is walking with them through it. But may we be worthy of whatever the Lord asks of us. And Peter's counsel in this book that we've been studying is meant to strengthen us, whatever we may face.